Okay, first of all, I'd like to welcome everybody. Hello, how are you? I hope things are good. Things are good on this side, barely. We had some issues pop up this last week and this week with WordPress 3.9. Those issues have been fixed as of today, and I had some issues with my PC that we'll go into later, and with some websites recently that we'll go into later. But to be perfectly honest with you, because I'm always transparent with you guys, I almost canceled today's webinar at the very last minute because I was almost unable to even get this stuff working. Not Simple Video Pro, but my PC and some stuff on my websites that had gotten hacked. So it is good now. I barely made it. We're going to be kind of winging it today. And I got some really good stuff, and I didn't want to cancel because I'm so stoked about what I have to show you with the new features, a couple of things that I've added to Simple Video Pro that are just going to accelerate your ability to utilize it to monetize your sites and to do some really cool interactive stuff between videos, and then some stuff with mobile. So, I mean, this is really, really good, and it's getting better and better as we go. Now, attendance is still rising. From the time I started talking, we got 11 more people come on. So I'm going to wait maybe 3 to 4 minutes just to allow people to come in. We're not going to wait that long because we've got to really hurry today. I got to get through this material, and then I got to get back into the code because there's a couple of little tiny things I need to get fixed up for you. And I might even be able to do those while Ain is doing part of the presentation today. There's just like two loose ends I need to tie up, and then I can publish this thing for you guys so that you can get it and reap all the goodness. All right. So yeah, we just had another 7, 8 people join. So
yeah, and actually, Nick, I should warn you. We're getting stampeded today, guys. If you haven't noticed, we've been doing a lot of emailing lately, and it's Nick. I'm telling you what, you're going to have to wait more than 3 minutes here if you want to not have to repeat 90% of this, because already the room is still piling in. We got a huge registration number for today. A lot of good stuff to talk about today. Really, you're going to love the new features, guys. I'm just not going to say anything more than that. I don't want to blow the surprise.
yeah.
This is not a repeat, Damien. This is brand news today. It's going to be a little bit disjointed, fragmented, and abbreviated due to us being tied up dealing with technical issues. But you guys are going to like what you have.
Absolutely. And to answer John's question regarding the Chrome Key and Talking Head webinar, that is scheduled. We have got Jed Knutson on the webinar. He is the owner and founder of website-talkingheads.com. He has done over 20,000 transparent video, talking head videos, and walk-on videos through his company. He's on track to make $1 million in revenue this year. Nobody does it better. So he is going to be with us on May 1st at 1 o'clock, which is next Thursday. So it'll be our regular Thursday time, 1 p.m. Pacific. Really excited about that, and he's going to be showing you some awesome stuff that are basically kind of some insider industry secrets. The date, again, is May 1st, and that went out in the email that went out this morning, so check your email. If you're not on our list, let us know. We'll go ahead and put you back on it if you opted out accidentally. There's a lot of good stuff that comes out in there, and I realize that we have been sending a lot more emails out recently, and that's just it's a necessary part of the business, but we are sure to provide you with tools that are useful to you and that you need. So I suggest that you just take a peek at them when they come out, because it's not BS. It's not just throwing everything at the fan and seeing what sticks. We're actually choosing these things and talking with product developers and collaborating and making future plans. So this stuff is all good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, and I'll add to that, actually. Guys, we get throttled every single day with people wanting us to sell their stuff. We turn down literally 98% of the stuff they throw at us, and we take a good hard look at everything that we think you guys might have an interest in. if we're mailing on it, you want to take a good look at it and make a decision for yourself. But if we're mailing it, rest assured, it's because it's really tasty stuff. And this year, oddly enough, video marketing is really exploding, and we've got, you may have noticed, a lot of video marketing content coming at you. Tools and strategies, as you have already seen, but tools in particular. But we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah. And the free training, the free video training that we got. We got licensed to some pretty cool video training. It gives you kind of overviews of things that you may not have thought of. Very well done, professional stuff. So we chose to, rather than turn around and sell it, we chose to turn around and give it to you. So that's just part of showing our appreciation for you being, our customers. So gosh, attendance is still rising. What is the time?
2:06. We'll give it 4 minutes.
1:06. You Canucks up there in different time zones. Just kidding.
Renewal link for Mike here. Let me get that for you, Mike.
Beer time. Yeah, it's almost beer 30, Chaz. I have a specific time. It's called beer 30. $21.06, yeah. So it's late for you, Peter. Oh, boy, I got to tell you what a day.
Here you go, Mike. It's coming to you in your chat.
Yeah, I know, Ken. 6 minutes isn't too bad to wait. We are going to get going. I think, Ain, I think I see that attendance hasn't been going up very much in the last couple of minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. What do you think?
Yeah, give her a go.
All right. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody again. For those of you who just arrived, this is Interactive Video Marketing Plus Updates. And to be honest with you, it's actually more the Plus Updates side. I am going to show you some stuff. We're going to talk about what you can do with these new features because they're very exciting features. I almost canceled the webinar today because I've had numerous computer problems and website problems getting malware on my PC and on my home network. And then also on our websites, we had some hacks come in. And I've had those in the past and spent weeks, well, not weeks, but days, a week, fixing all of my client websites and ended up having to pay money to my web host to have them go through and clean every single PHP file, WordPress file on our whole server. So it's something that we're going to be talking about in a little bit. And it really sucks when it happens. And again, I almost canceled today, but I didn't, because I'm really, you guys, I'm so stoked about the couple of features that I've added to SVP that can be really, really powerful for you. So with no further ado, I'll just jump right into these couple of new features, and then I'm going to ask you for your ideas on how you could use this stuff when we start combining things. And again, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this because I was in putting out fires mode most of the week. And last week I was out of town and I was crippled because my laptop was completely disabled. I actually had to have someone bring my desktop PC up to my hotel room in Tahoe for me so that we could actually get some things done while I was there. So it's been a heck of a week. So we're kind of winging it today. Bear with me. I'm going to try to make it as valuable as possible, and I think you're going to like it. So let's go into the update. Now, the first thing that we did is oops, that's my code. Don't want the code. You don't care about the code. All right. I've got my test site here, and I've got a responsive theme. And the first thing that we did was we fixed a little issue, which if you didn't know how to get around it, was a major issue with WordPress 3.9. I have WordPress 3.9 running right here, and if I go into Pages and I look at my demo page, where's my demo for this one? Hold on. There it is, April update. If I go into my page here, what was happening is in 3.9, this menu, this drop-down, all these buttons were not showing up. And the reason that they were not showing up is because it wasn't actually WordPress's fault with their updates. It was actually the TinyMCE editor. That's this editor that you see on the screen that WordPress uses. They completely eliminated a function called create control. And these are controls at the top of this toolbar. They eliminated the function create control, which is what I and many other plugin developers use to put buttons in the toolbar. And in their infinite wisdom, they did not make the next version backwards compatible. So I have fixed the problem. As you can see here, it's working. And I have also made it so that it will work with prior versions of WordPress as well. So you have both sides. You won't have any trouble using this with either WordPress 3.3, 3.5, or in this case 3.9. So that has been taken care of. That was the first thing on the agenda, and I know that some of you were a little bit handicapped by that, but I did give everyone an email talking about how to get around it and how to just put these codes in manually, because everything else works fine. Okay, don't worry, it's all there. Now, what I want to show you is the feature that I've added here. And this is pretty cool. Now, some of you may remember when we came out with the grid layout. And I don't have a grid layout on this screen, but when we came out with the grid layout, we talked about how it would be cool if you could have videos interact with each other. Like you have the first video playing, and then it stops and it sets off the next video, and then the next video stops and sets off the next video, and you can have them kind of interacting between each other. Okay? So we've got it. We did it. I did it. And I'm going to show you that right here. It's right in the Behavior tab, and it's called Trigger Another or Other Videos. That should be plural, but Trigger Other Videos. And what you can do, it's actually pretty simple. You just choose when you want, while this video is playing, video number 1, when you want to start playing another video. And again, these videos are all numbered on the screen, 1, 2, 3 through 10. And that's also something I'm working on as an option to increase the number of videos per page. That'll come out in the very next update, probably within the next 3 to 4 days. I'm working on that specifically for some customers of mine who made that request. So, start another video, and then we assign, which video do we want to start. So start video number what? And in this case, I'm going to start video number 2 when this video number 1 gets to 5 seconds. And then I can even do things like I can have video number 2 playing, and I can pause that video when this video gets to 10 seconds. I can pause video number 2. Okay, now here's how they play off of each other. Does everybody follow that so far? Is that cool? Yes, Mike. So you could set up the grid to have conversations between the grid videos. Dagmar says, very cool. All right, so Peter, so what we're doing here is you know what, I'll just show you, and then you'll get a feel for it. I just selected a couple of videos off of YouTube for this demo. And again, I didn't have a whole lot of time to put anything together because we've been kind of in firefighter mode, and I hate being in firefighter mode. I'd much rather be in proactive planning mode, but it happens sometimes. So if we go into video 2, settings and behavior, we can see that I want to start video 1 at 5 seconds into video 2. So what's going to happen is video number 1 will play for 5 seconds. Okay? At which point it will start playing video number 2, and it will pause automatically because I've checked this pause checkbox. If I didn't check that, it would just keep playing while video number 2 plays. So in 5 seconds, video number 2 is going to start. Boom. So here goes video number 2. It starts playing, and it plays for 5 seconds. And then it wants to start number 1. But it's not going to stop playing. It's going to keep playing because I haven't checked this button. Now video 1 is going to continue playing. I'm going to bounce back up while video 2 is playing. And then at 10 seconds, 5 seconds later, it will pause video number 2. So you can actually set up, if you had a grid of videos, you could imagine how you could have things bouncing around. right? Does everybody follow kind of the idea that we have two videos on the screen and one is actually going to play the next, and then the next one's going to play the first one after it's stopped playing, so you can bounce back and forth. Okay, I got some very cools, and that's hot.
That's some serious firepower that's really not in use on very many websites right now. In fact, I know of only a very few that are using this type of technology.
I haven't seen this anywhere. The one that you're talking about, I think, is that other one that we discussed that I'm not going to say right now. Yes, demo, Colin. Yes, demo is coming up. Here we go. All right, so let's take a look at this page. Now, keep in mind, these videos aren't, I just picked these off of YouTube, but you'll see what happens. And I'm going to turn up my volume so you can hear kind of what's going on. And view the page. So the first one starts, and at 5 seconds, it starts the second one. And at 5 seconds now, they're both playing, and when this one gets to 10 seconds, it'll stop the second one. So do you see, do you need to see that again without me mousing around it and messing with it? Okay, let's show you one more time. I'll go ahead and refresh the page so it restarts everything, and I'll just be quiet.
Canon's EOS 70D has recently hit the shelves with quite an impact. The new Canon 70D has the same focusing system as the 70, so why not see my 70 right spot? So very respectable speed, and just as one would expect for a camera like this. But Nikon's D7100 isn't even.
So I didn't touch anything. Okay. No, you're not thick. Someone just said I'm thick. Why do we want two videos playing at the same time? You may not want them playing at the same time. Okay. You can have one start the other, and they only play one at a time, but they key off of each other. Now here's an idea, and this is something. Hope there's no spies in the group, but on a page that I'm working on, we're going to have the video start playing. Should I reveal this? Yeah, I might as well. What do you think, Ain?
No.
No?
No, but I can answer the question that's got everybody, a few people kind of perplexed. Why would you want videos playing at the same time? Well, first of all, that's just the way it looks in this demo. That's not necessarily what you would do, but you could very easily have videos playing at the same time and not necessarily having, one video having an audio that's overriding the others.
Right, you could have one.
Heck, you could have several videos queuing off each other, and if the videos are developed properly, they are going to obviously display whatever message in whatever sequence that you programmed them to or you produced them to.
Miranda says, you want to hear what Nick was going to say. The problem, Miranda, is that I am one of those people. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm totally transparent, and it gets me into trouble because we end up getting ideas taken, stolen, and used, and then other people are claiming them as oh, look what I came up with, which is kind of flattering because really we're leading the industry. Some really big players are after we come out with stuff, they're like, yeah, look what we have, right? And it's because we're coming up with really innovative stuff. And that's because we are listening to your suggestions. In fact, Peter just said, oh, so that's what I asked for a few weeks back. Yes, exactly. When you guys want something, we try I try as best as I can to deliver. Okay, yeah, bleeding edge stuff. So I'm not going to reveal what I'd love to reveal to you guys about what we're going to be doing with our own pages using some of these new features. But it's going to blow your mind, and I think people are going to absolutely freak out when they see what we're doing. It's taking a little bit of effort to put together, but it actually involves some of the technology that we're going to be discussing on May 1st with Jed with Website Talking Heads. Really cool guy, by the way. You're gonna like talking with him. So, okay, so that is number one. And just to show you real quick, what we can do here is when video number 2, you know, someone asks why would you want them both playing at the same time? You don't have to have them both playing at the same time. I can just say when you start here, I'll just click pause this video when starting the next, and then we'll take out this bit that tells it you want to pause the next video because it's already going to be paused, right? So then all we have to do is update, and now one will start, stop, the other will play, stop, and the other will stop. You could stack row, row, row your boat. Yes, you could. That's funny. All right, let's take a look. David says, you could stack row, row, row your boat.
The US-70D has recently hit the shelves with quite an impact. The new Canon 70D has the same focusing system as the 7D, so one pixel CMOS tech hits the right spot at a respectable speed.
So you see, you don't have to have them playing at the same time. You can bounce them one after the other, back and forth. And if you had 4 videos, you could play them off each other as you could have a total Brady Bunch type of thing. Exactly. Yeah, GP says we could have a Brady Bunch like thing, right? Yes, we could put these in a grid, put more than one video in a grid, keying off each other, starting each other, stopping each other, and giving different messages. And talk about something that gets people's attention, right? You have a grid of videos and people are like, I don't want to play all of these, you know. But when they start playing and then one just suddenly stops and the next one plays and says, thank you, Bob, right? You could actually make 5 or 10-second videos jumping from face to another face. Yes, that is correct, Peter. You could totally do that. And talk about keeping attention. People are going to be like, huh, I'll be darned. Can one video start more than one video? Not yet. Not yet. It's just, you know, we can start and pause, but what you do is you play them off of each other. So one can, video number 1 could start video number 2, and then video number 2 could start video number 4, and video number 4 could restart video number 1, and so forth.
Yeah,
yes,
go ahead.
I was going to say, I was going to answer, oh my gosh, people are just going crazy with the questions.
And
can you change this?
Filling up here.
Yeah, can you change the start points for each video? Yes. You absolutely can. Okay, so here's an important point. I'm glad you asked. So here's where we set, during video number 1, while it's playing, when it reaches 5 seconds on the timeline, on the video play bar, it's going to fire off and play video number 2, and it's going to pause. So that's how you control when it plays video number 2. You can combine this with the start point and stop point. So if let's say I start video number 1 at 10 or not 10 minutes, silly. Let's start it at 10 seconds. Okay. I'm going to start video number 1 at 10 seconds. If I do that, I better make sure that I make this 15, because this is into the video, right? So if we start at 10 seconds and I want it to play for 5 seconds, that means we're going to start this at 15, and I can show you that right now. You'll see, hopefully you'll be able to tell it starts in the middle. View.
Would expect for a camera like this.
So it started at 10 seconds. I don't know if you can see that. And then at 15 seconds, it starts the next one. Now if I pause this video, it's not going to trigger. It's not going to start the next one until I let it play. And then there it goes. It keeps going.
This is some fierce rivalry here.
Can you see that? I think I need to increase the... I can't. It's already full size. There we go. So when I say on the timeline, these are the seconds that we're talking about. Okay, so this is what you're keying off. So if you start something in the middle at 10 seconds and you want it to play for 5 seconds, you have to say, oh, it's going to be at the 15-second mark on the timeline, or the play bar. It's actually called the shuttle bar, but okay. Oops, not that one. All right, edit. Let's go back in there. Could you key off Hangouts as well? Probably. Yeah, if video number 1 was streaming a live Google Hangout onto your website, you could set it up so that in advance, so that at like 15 minutes in, it would trigger some other video on the page. The only thing you couldn't do is pause it because it's a live stream. So that's you could then pause the second video if you wanted. That gets a little tricky. We're going to do a lot of experimentation. I mean, Brian's mentioning this key off Hangouts, and that's exactly the kind of ideas that we're talking about fleshing out. This is the kind of tool that when you combine this feature, which seems awesome by itself, but when you start combining it with like video reveals, revealing content, banner ads, Google Hangouts, all kinds of stuff can happen. Okay, it's basically your imagination is the only thing that dictates limitations on this thing. So if you can imagine it, it pretty much can happen, and if it can't, let me know, and I'll make it happen. So let's see here. All right, so that's that. Okay, now next. Does you know what? Let me ask a question. I've got a lot of people are putting in ideas. Let's see. David says, how much can you bounce back and forth between two videos? Did the video with myself. If you want to bounce back and forth a lot right now, you'd have to have 4 videos on the screen or 3 or something like that. Because right now, video number 1 can start video number 2, and then video number 2 can start video number 1 again. Okay, we don't have like a huge thing where, okay, video number 1 is going to start video number 2 at this point, and then it's going to start video number 4 at this point, and then it's going to start number, etc. I'm working on that. But I wanted to get this out to you because personally, I have immediate needs for this feature as it is. But as we go, as usual, we'll be improving this along with other stuff. So, Ken, the answer to your question is yes. I'm not going to read your question out loud because it's actually kind of a top secret thing. But yes, there's a lot of other
Dodged a bullet.
Yeah, no, I can't repeat what he said, but yes, to Ken Biddle. All right, so superhero, haha. This looks like
there's a ton. There's guys, awesome ideas. There's a whole. You were just about to ask. I could hear you getting ready to ask. Because any ideas you guys can come up with using this, just scroll up your chat screen. There's about 40 of them.
Oh.
And there's some really good questions too. Like, do the videos have to be in a grid?
No. These 2 videos that we're looking at right here are not in a grid at all. They can be completely different places on the screen. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, Keith says his site's got hacked this week. Yeah, I would love to meet some of these people that create these hacks. Oh, he said that a long time ago. I missed that.
June makes a good point. She says that's good for when a video has a boring talking head. Other videos can engage. That's awesome.
Yeah, you could have another video interrupt and say, wait a minute. That video up there is boring. Listen to this video down here. I'm going to tell you something, and then boom, he pauses, and the next one says, hold on a second, I'm not boring. Yeah.
Yeah, what a great way, because we all know that, the statistics prove that the average person stops, the majority of the average people stop watching videos somewhere between 30 and 45 seconds. So what a great way to re-engage them with a different video, with ramping up the excitement from one video to the next, or the offer for that matter. What a great way to keep people glued to the page for, at least another 30 seconds, hopefully. And, so some experimenting is going to have to take place, but I already know that this is going to increase viewer watch time.
Ann asking, the videos be placed side by side? Yes, they can. And actually, let me see if I can do that right here without using a grid. I think I can. I'm going to go in. Notice I just put the code side by side, so there's no line break between them. And I think this will work without a grid. This is one of those. Let's find out. So I'm going to make this one, I'll make it 40% of the screen of the width of the container. I mean, you obviously can't have 2 videos side by side if together they take up more than 100%, right? And I'm going to say left, the line, and then we'll look at video number 2. Again, we're winging it, but I want to answer everybody's questions if we can. appearance.
That's not going to happen. There's
I
a
know.
lot of them.
I know. But that's okay. We usually.
And we're at 30 minutes already, so.
All right, let me update. Let's just see if this will side by side these videos. I think that it will.
Video wrap. Yeah, good one, Dave.
Yeah, there you go. Side by side.
For a camera like this, but Nikon's
Multiple
D7100
opt-ins and
is the
reveals, too.
evolution of
Yes, you could do that.
the new Canon 70D.
So you can see I put them side by side just by making sure that there's going to be room for them, because it dynamically sizes them for you. And then I set the, here, let's see, I set the shortcodes right next to each other.
Did you see this one from,
No.
oh, no, we can't mention that. Sorry.
Which, was it Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already replied to him. I said, shh. Be very quiet. We're hunting wabbits. Yeah, so to set them side by side, I just set both of them to, less, it could be 50% width, and then I set both of them to left, just a left alignment, so they stack next to each other. Or you could use the grid layout and select a grid. It'll automatically size them for you. You don't even have to worry about this percentage width. Okay? So, go ahead.
Did you get Damien's question? Is it possible to have the second video hidden and then get revealed? I think you did, but
Yeah, you could do that. That's a really good idea. Let's see. Let's see how this works. Oh, God, I love it. It's the stuff I haven't even thought of. All right, so we're going to take video number 2. We're going to say we want it to be revealed as video 1 plays. Puts the reveal for video number 1 around it. Then we'll go to video number 1, and we're going to do some fancy stuff. We're going to say behavior, enable reveal. We got this playing at starting another video at 15 seconds. So we'll enable the reveal at 14 seconds, right before it starts playing video number 2. Check this out. This is going to be cool. I'm so stoked. Damien, we're working on that. The last few times that we've tried to record these, it hasn't worked, and it's been maddening. I did some really good webinars that when I went to go play the recording, it was just a big black screen with all kinds of weird squares bouncing around on it. So if you can record it yourself, that'd be fine. Just don't publicize, don't publicize it anywhere unless you want to put your affiliate link in. Dun dun. All right. View page. Let's see what happens. Watch this. Wait. Yes. Boom. Ha! And then that one's still going to start the first one. Cool. So that answers that question. You can reveal a video and then have it play. Absolutely. And then have it keep playing the first video. Doesn't get any better than that. Woo! The video is cool. Yeah, I'm a photographer too, so I always liked having the Canon camera stuff on here. Not much left. When will you be releasing your next version of Ski Mask, Handgun, and Getaway? That's funny.
We're nowhere near done, Dave. When you guys see,
No,
I'm going to let a little bit of something know. When you guys see what we do for webinars, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
When you see what we're going to do for webinars, you're going to freak out.
Yeah.
You will freak out, I guarantee. Never before been done. And a way to make your webinars populate themselves, and that's all I'm going to say. Live, too.
All right. Can you reveal back and forth so one is visible while talking and then hidden and the other one is revealed? Oh, boy. Sheesh. And that's an excellent question. Not really. I mean, you could. This one can hide when it's done playing, but then you're not going to be able to restart it again. So almost. All right, that there's...
Hey, you know what? Let me jump in for a quick sec. I think we've got to the point where anybody who's shown up today is here. We're getting a lot of questions about replays. I'm going to nip this in the bud real fast. Guys, right now, at this point in time, there's only been 2 webinars for the training webinars that have been recorded. They are on the website. If any of you have a problem finding them or getting to them or whatever, email me at AON, that's alpha, or all or nothing, AON, at RZM Inc., RZM as in Mary, INC.com, and I'll make sure you get fixed up with that ASAP. As for the webinars going forward, we are working on a solution to the situation. Short story is, we do so much content so regularly that we just don't have the time, the resources to make it happen. We just don't have it. We are working on it. We have a number of solutions that we're working towards. But in the meantime, we've also had some technical issues with GoToWebinar screwing up our recordings. So the bottom line is, no, you got to record them yourselves. You got to make notes, and we apologize profusely. But we are working on something. We'll find a way, one way or another. But for now, we just don't have the ability.
Yeah, I was exceedingly... Ain was on Skype with me when I figured out that the last 2 ones that we did that were, I think, almost 3 hours long, awesome webinars, didn't record. I was a bit despondent, but we won't go into that. Okay, how often do we have? Right now we're doing every Thursday, 1 o'clock. Okay, unless I'm out of town or have the flu or something, which that hasn't happened yet, thank God. But I was out of town last week. Yes, really. Todd says, oh, really? Yes, really. And we'll be rotating the content too. Like this is kind of a special one. Not sure if we'll be repeating this specifically, but we have a series of 4 that we're doing, and they're rotating it. Each one ends up being a little bit different. But if you have the last one in WMV format, that would be really, 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 really great. That would be great. If you can get a hold of us, you can email Ain, aon@rzminc.com, maybe with a link to it. That'd be awesome. Yes, Google Hangouts automatically record webinars, absolutely. And that's what, well, I can't go into it. All right, so let me show you the next really cool thing. You ready? Unless we have more. Let me back up. I'm backing up. Anybody have any ideas?
FAQ at the end.
Right, but anybody have any ideas on this whole playing off each other with a grid? Just throw out some potential uses of this in the real world. Okay, so we got questions on one vid and answers on the second, back and forth. Yes. Awesome. Q&A pages, Dagmar, excellent. Storytelling, absolutely. Curating authorities videos. Oh, that's good. Damien's idea there. You could have product demonstration. Instructional videos, Rick says. Absolutely. Doing plays all by yourself. Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. I'd love to see that. Video reviews, play one off the other. Testimonials, absolutely. Introducing a business team. Each one introduces the next. Excellent. Yeah, that's a really good one right there. I love that.
Or departments within your company, right?
Absolutely. You could go to corporate America and charge a pretty penny for them, because they all have their like board of directors page or whatever. Could you imagine? Hey, we can set up an interactive board of directors page where people can, you can have all your board of directors up there, and they can be introducing each other and then keying off each video, and then at the end the president can have a final word, or the CEO could have the final word, kind of thing. Pretty cool. GP says, seeing what I look like talking to myself. Excellent. I love it. All right. Sports commentary on an event video. Oh my gosh, this is going so fast. The play idea requires the back and forth capability. We're looking at that. But you could do it if you had, if you got creative with 6 or so videos. Competition sport sort of pass the parcel. Which video is the one that has the final object and use the triple link system? Oh, wow. I like that. That's an interesting idea. So you've got multiple, this is from James, you have multiple images on the screen and they start playing, and then basically someone would have to choose which video they think is going to have the surprise in it. And they could use the triple link system in the video to select your own discount. I love it. Have different costumes and you can be different characters all by yourself. Yes, absolutely. Have at least 2 webinars in MP4 format. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, let me know. It's been a nightmare with the whole recording system, and I'm praying. I've got this one. It says set to record, but you don't know. I had GoToWebinar on the phone, and they seemed to fix me, but it had something to do with Windows 8 and GoToWebinar crashing each other. Crazy. All right. That's at least 10 more pages for the mega demo site. Yeah, I know. We're working on a demo pages for all this stuff. As you could imagine, it's exceedingly difficult to set up demos for everything because there's so much you can do with SVP. Can these vids be in the member area? We are working on setting up a members area. This is a case of the cobbler's shoes. I do all this stuff for my clients. I do all this coding for you guys with SVP, and I don't do jack diddly squat for myself. So we are working on all of the above. Multiple screens showing off dentist services and testimonials. Yes, yes, it can. SVP can be used in a membership site. Any site that you have that will allow, if it's a WordPress membership, it just needs to allow shortcodes to run it within the content, which 99.99999% of them do. And if it doesn't, you need to get a different one. So, okay. Excellent ideas, everyone. Love, love, love it. Now, next feature. Me. All right, let's go back into this page. And we're going to talk about, and this one's growing as well. Again, I wanted to get it out to you as soon as possible. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute, James. James says, hey, Nick Lippold has a great recommendation for WP security system. Check it out. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, I wanted to get SVP covered, and we're at 42 minutes into this presentation. So
yeah, and let me steal the stage for 20 seconds. A lot of questions about traffic mice. We are going to talk about that one for just 5 minutes, guys. Absolutely. But to answer all of you in one fell swoop, that thing is a monster. Anybody not getting their hands on that thing this year is, I'm sorry, guys, you're foolish. That thing is going to make people rank videos and drive traffic at websites like never before. And we're playing with it already, and I got to tell you, I'm absolutely shocked at what this thing can do for you. Big time saver. Don't even hesitate. The price is stupid, stupid low, and get the OTO. But we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But I got like literally 30 people asking about it. And before I got to clear the screen so I'm just going to, I hope you all got that response. That's for Todd, that's for Traffic Mice and Traffic Pusher. Basically, it's a video ranking tool for ranking videos on YouTube and then pulling in traffic from YouTube. The thing actually works, and it works extremely fast. And John, we'll be putting the link up for Traffic Mice right away. We've been actually emailing on that for the last couple days. And just to let you know, GP, Tube Digger Pro and Traffic Mice are similar in that they both do YouTube video ranking and research for ranking. But actually, there's a need for combining the both. But if I had to recommend one over the other, I would go with Traffic Mice and Traffic Pusher, the combination of those two. And then when you get your head around that and you got a little time to breathe, then go maybe look at getting your head around TubeDigger Pro and what you can do with it. But the two are very valuable together.
I've got a bunch of people asking for the affiliate link, so what I'm going to do is reply to just one of them, and they're asking for the link to Traffic Mice. So I'm going to go ahead and send that to all so that everybody will see that in their questions box. If you're one of the many people who are asking for a link, just take care of it all in one fell swoop. But that link I just posted to the questions box for everybody was for Traffic Mice, and I'll put it in the chat just in case, because I never know how this stuff ends up coming out on the other end. Ain does. He attends way more webinars as far as research.
You know, and I do a ton of video, YouTube video, you know, research, keyword engineering, and all that kind of stuff. And when I saw this product, I quickly got, oh, and by the way, we're doing a webinar with the guy, with Precious, the guy that brought that product out. When is that?
That's Monday. Right?
Yeah, that's on Monday. We'll be giving you guys a link for that here too. You want to be on that webinar, whether you own Traffic Mice or not. You want to be on that webinar because then you get to see how this thing works. You get to ask some questions. And certainly, when you see what this thing does, believe me, you'll get it very quickly.
Mike says Precious can barely speak English, and it's funny that that you say that, because he does have he writes very well. He has a kind of a heavy accent, and we assured him he doesn't like to do webinars, but he agreed to do this because we assured him that we'd try to do most of the talking for him, and he'd just be there as a special guest.
Yeah, and you're right, Colin. You're absolutely right. It's the one feature with that product that doesn't blow my mind. It is useful though, and we'll talk more about that in the webinar on Monday. It is useful, but you got to know what to do with it. But I wouldn't buy that product for that feature at all. That's
why don't you say what the feature is for the group?
Oh, the automatic content creation module.
Right.
It does have a major purpose that people don't realize, because really the developer hasn't, I don't think, realized it himself. But I sure have. But that's not why I recommend that product at all. That's just kind of like a bonus feature.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get it just for. Miranda says only 15 minutes left to buy it. What is he? He's not close.
Oh, they have a scarcity timer on the page. Don't worry about that at all.
It works. That's why we have a timer in our OTO, in our modules. So, yeah. And
okay, well, have you put the webinar link up? No, you haven't. Okay, so I'm going to put it up right now in the chat box, guys, for the webinar.
Right.
While we're on the subject, this is for the YouTube and Google ranking, video ranking webinar with Precious and Traffic Mice, Traffic Pusher, etc. It's now in the chat box. Guys, definitely register for this webinar. Even if you don't buy the product, you're going to learn stuff. It's going to open your eyes about how to get totally free traffic from YouTube. And this stuff works, guys. I mean, long before Traffic Mice came out, I've been doing pretty much everything that this program teaches and automates. I've been doing that stuff for years. I've kept my mouth shut about it for a real long time because it's extremely effective at bringing in traffic. But with the ability of being able to use this tool to do all the hard work for you, let me tell you something. The SEO on a YouTube video, the SEO research alone used to take anywhere between 2 to 8 hours to get it done properly. Okay? 2 hours, you're working your butt off to get it done that fast. And I'm sure anybody in the room that knows video SEO on YouTube will agree. Now this thing, oh my God, you fire it up, you program the keywords you're looking to rank for, and it does 98% of that SEO work for you very, very quickly, and makes it very easy to manage. So make sure you all sign up for that webinar and just show up to that webinar just to learn, if nothing else, because there's nothing better than free traffic, especially when you're targeting multiple keywords all in the same niche. And if you don't already know it, I think I'm preaching to the choir, but if you don't already know it, it's real easy to get videos ranking on YouTube. And the benefit of having them ranking is that Google will pull that rank juice over into its search results, thereby giving you exposure on Google at the same time, And that's what makes video ranking worth it. I've had a lot of people ask me in the last week, why would I want to bother with YouTube? I don't really have clients that are on YouTube, but you've got clients that are on Google. And if you're ranking on YouTube, you're ranking on Google. It's almost a given. Hey, good to see you, Pastor Ed. Okay, sorry to interrupt, but that had to be done. I had a whole page of this.
I saw it. I saw it coming by. Everybody's like, what? Tell me about the SEO stuff. Right. And that's fine, Mike. Totally. Yeah. Okay. So, let me do this.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know when. I will be talking to Precious later on. I'll ask him. My understanding is that we're coming in the day before the end of the launch. So at some point near that launch ending date, I know they'll be raising their price. As for the scarcity timer, I wouldn't be too concerned about that one. But at the end of the launch, yes, they will raise the price.
See Arthur's question
DJ,
about it?
The link's in the chat box. It's called the Google YouTube Ranking Training Webinar. And Arthur, Traffic Mice is pretty much all white hat, really. I mean, all you're doing is research your competition. You're researching who's beating you out on the ranking side. And James, yeah, if you're going to use the content generation thing, you need a Spinner subscription. Sure, Randy, I'll put it up again. It's going in the chat box again for everybody for the sign up to the webinar, and as well, Randy, I'll put it in your box. Just let me know if you get it. It's coming to you right now.
If you answer in the questions box, if you answer someone's question, you can send it to all also. And then below the questions box, I think, is where you guys can see the chat box.
Yeah.
And I also put a link, a direct link to purchase the product if you wanted.
And you know what? I'm going to post this thing in the Facebook group after the webinar.
Okay. Why don't you post the page where we have that video, and they can either register for the webinar, or if they choose to do both, they can buy it and register.
That's a good idea. Yeah, well, the thing is, though, I had like about 15 people saying, I don't want to watch a video while I'm here.
And they can click pause.
So, I'll tell you what, email me. Just email me. I'll put my email address up here right now in the chat box, and let me know what you need. You know, if you want to see the video, if you want to just sign up for the webinar, whatever you need, just let me know. And understand, though, I'm going to be deluged every time I do this.
Yeah.
But there's my email address. And I don't mean anything, guys. I don't care what you need. If it's got anything to do with what we do, you just send me an email. And while I'm at it, before I get out of the way for the next feature, because this next one is killer. While I'm at it,
it's short,
you
but
guys
so
looking
sweet.
For a affiliate link to sell our products, you got to talk to me now. I'm the guy handling all the affiliate stuff now. So if you want that to happen, we've got a little bit of a process you got to go through. So just email me at the email address in the chat box.
Yeah.
And
if you think about it, you sell 2, you got it free. Right? Because it's 50% commission. So if you want to offer Simple Video Pro to, you could even offer it to your clients. A lot of people use it as part of their services, but you can just tell them that your service is to install it, but it costs, it's a $99 deal, but then you need to make an extra $50. And that's at the legacy pricing. It's going to actually go up from there. I don't know.
And just to wrap up the Traffic Mice thing, guys, because we've got to get moving along here. We don't know when the price will go up definitively. It will happen near the end of the launch, which I believe is Monday or Tuesday, April 29, April 28, somewhere in there. I'll try and get an answer to that. If that's of concern to you, like Miranda, email me so that I don't forget and that I get on it and get to you the answer to your question, because I am in touch with the developer on an almost daily basis. So if you guys need to know anything about the product, I see a lot of questions about the product, email me, aon@rzminc.com. It's in the chat box. And with that, we got to get on to the next new feature for SVP.
Without further ado, we are doing this. I don't know. I'm a little punchy. Ain and I have been working, what, 18 hours a day? Up until 3 in the morning?
18 hours before lunch, man.
Yeah. It's been quite a journey. We're working really hard to bring this stuff to you guys and have it all culminate into like the ultimate system, okay? But there's a lot of work involved in setting all this stuff up and getting it all working. You know, the membership site and the this and the that and the webinars and you know, offering good quality products and researching those products and all this stuff. So that's an excellent question, Damien. Damien asked, what happens if the video 2 is triggered by video 1 if video 1 gets put into full screen by the viewer? I don't know. That's a very good question, and I will try that offline. What you can do...
block out your screen. It's going to block out your screen.
Well, what you could do for that is just don't show them, you know, right here. And actually, I keep it off by default because I find that full screen, for me, in my experience, is that the whole full screen thing, and you can check this box right here to allow full screen. If you don't have that checked, they can't do full screen. And the reason that I made this default automatically to being off, no full screen, is because it's been my experience that with marketing videos like the ones that I do, you know, product review videos and such, I just make sure that the video is big enough on the screen on the website for them to see. But full screening it usually has very little benefit unless you're showing a movie or you're showcasing you know, special effects or something like that. Okay, and the reason that I do that is that I can keep the file sizes to those videos down like 80% smaller if I've produced the videos at the width the maximum width that I want them to display. Let's say I produce them at 1,000 pixels wide rather than the full HD or super HD. Because why do you need to do that? Okay, it just takes up bandwidth. It takes if people have you know, slower internet connections, it's going to take it for longer to buffer. There's just too many negative sides to it unless you get some real whiz-bang benefit from having it HD quality. And HD quality, by the way, doesn't come through as HD quality when your player is any smaller than full screen. So don't even bother, unless you're allowing people to do full screen, don't even bother producing your videos at HD. Because think about it. If your video is playing in a space that's 900 pixels wide, it can't be HD. That isn't HD. There aren't enough pixels. Okay? Everybody gets wrapped around, oh, I made my video in HD. Well, you just made your video huge, right? David says, HD, who needs talking heads with pimples? Right. Exactly. So, okay, so enough of that. Now, let's talk about this next cool thing. I have been looking at ways to make this work better for mobile. Dagmar says, keep going with the important stuff. I'm doing it now. And one of the things that occurred to me that would be awesome is if you could have a way that people on mobile could just call you. And there's this thing called click to call. But then it came to my mind that, well, hey, it doesn't make sense to use banners and stuff like that because when you're playing on a mobile phone, the video itself is playing full screen on the phone and you don't see the banners come and go unless you go back to the website. And those do work, and it's compatible with mobile. Works better on tablets, but it works for mobile phones too. They just have to go back to the website to see those banners. So when would be a good time to have a click to call? At the end of the video. So at the end of the video, if the video stops, they click the little done button, and I was trying like mad to get Air Server to work so I could actually show you my mobile phone, my iPhone as it was doing this, but I couldn't do that. Sorry, I couldn't get it working. Asking, I was installing it 5 minutes before, and he's like, dude, we only got 5 minutes. I'm like, but I need to reboot to finish. No, can't do that. So, but at the end, and what better way to do that than the splash image? But the problem is that if someone's looking at it on a desktop, the splash image can't be click to call because, you know, who does that? So what we did, or what I did, is I added this little bit right here, an end image click to call alternative. This works for mobile phones, not for tablets, for mobile phones. John, yeah, if you could email Ain on that. Ain maybe has responded, I don't know. But all you need to do is we put in an end image for desktop. That would be this normal one. And at this point, you have to have this one in there. So I'm going to go ahead and drag. Where are my images? I just did this. Hold on just a second. Again, this is very... Here we go. So now I have this image. Let me do a preview of it so you can see. Why can't I expand my... hold on. So I have this image. Click here to contact us. Now that would be for desktop. And maybe that goes to the contact us page. So I just need to drag that in here. Right now I don't have this quite to the point where you can do opt-in form versus click to call. That's coming up next. If you do the opt-in form, it takes over the screen. So I'm going to make that an option as well. So then all we got to do here is click use as video end image. Now that's the one that will be the click here to contact us. That will be for the end image. And we could link it. Let's say we could link it to the I had a page here over here on my other screen. I could link that to the contact us page. Okay. And I could cloak it. I can make it an affiliate link if I want. Now, here's where it gets cool. Mobile end image URL. So I'm going to go ahead for mobile, and this is for cell phones. I created this image. Tap here to call us now. So I'm going to drag that over and use as click to call end image. Does everyone see that right there, that button? So that's the image it's going to use if they're on, and this says right here, when the video is viewed on mobile, this image will display at the end, so they can click to call the phone number you enter below. And I'm going to enter a phone number, 916-555-5555. Okay, now when I update this page, and unfortunately I can't show you this right now, but when I update this page, if I view it on my iPhone or Android smartphone, the end image will come up and it'll say click to call. When you tap it, it'll say, do you want to call this number? And boom, automatically. Now can you just imagine what you could do with your local, if you have local customers, or even with your websites, if you have, let's say, customer service video, or if you have a client that's a local business. Talk about leads. Brian says thank you. I don't know if he's thanking me or Ain. Does the Damien is asking, does the video trigger function work on mobile? The answer to your question is no, it doesn't. The reason that it doesn't is that mobile phones will not allow you to autoplay. It has to be a user that taps it. Been trying to figure out a way around that, yeah, you could. There's a bunch of stuff there though. That was for Rick. You want to know if you could just go to his website. Yeah, it'd be test/April update, April-update. But warning, that site has got just a lot of stuff on it that I just throw out there. And I just updated it so you could see it. Okay. Can you show us the page? Sure. I could try that. This is called Demo and Pray. Oh, see, it's a tiny video though. Hang on. See, that's, oh, it doesn't matter if it's, well, it does. Hold on. Let me make it big. Appearance, I want to make it 100% width.
Canon's EOS 70D.
I think I have it playing for 5 seconds before it stops. Yeah, and then click here to contact us, and if I click that, it'll go to the contact page, and I said this is a contact form that people could fill out, but hey, this is only a demo, so I didn't put in the form, but you get the idea.
Okay, I need to jump in here. Tons of questions about when is the update coming out. Within 48 to 72 hours max, guys, it'll be out. Is that fair to say, Nick?
It's fair to say it'll be out like as soon as this webinar is over, or very, very. I just have one little tiny change to make. Colin says it works. Good. What do you think, Colin? These cool new features are on 2.1.0.009. And you know what? How about this? While Ain is discussing, and Colin says, great, I'm all into mobile. Good. And by the way, these are responsive for mobile. In fact, if I take this page right now and I make it smaller, you can see that the video gets smaller. Right? Oops. Okay. Yeah, responsive, correct. Yeah, it's all responsive. And then you make it, by the way, for those of you, because I get a lot of these questions, to make a video responsive, in the Appearance tab, you just select a percentage. You have to have this number here. It has to be whatever you produce the video at. That way it knows how to size things like the splash images. See how it knows how the splash image is 900 by 506? It tells you how big it should be. It only knows that because it knows where your starting point is for this video. Then when you put in a percentage, you don't have to measure anything. You just know it's going to always be 100% of wherever it's at. It could be on a mobile phone. It could be in your website. It could be on your sidebar. You don't have to measure anything. You just put in a percentage, and it fits automatically. Let's see. What was I going to discuss? I got sidetracked. Doop-de-doop-de-doop. Anyone? Bueller?
You were about to say that while I was talking about something, you were going to go finish that update and email it to everybody.
Yes! That is what I was about to say. So I'm going to put a pretty picture up on the screen because this stuff is only available, the stuff that I've shown you today is only available if you purchased after April 24th of 2013. If you purchase before April of 2013, you will need to upgrade and get, not upgrade, but renew and get a new license for the next year's worth of updates. And as you can see, we do tons and tons and tons and tons of updates. So that's what you want to do if you purchase before April 24th of 2013. Renew at that link, and maybe Ain could put that link in the chat box. And then I'll leave this up on the screen so that anybody who, while you're listening, if you want to go to that and renew, the prices are still locked in. We still have legacy prices. The legacy prices are going away. We cannot afford to keep this stuff ridiculously low. Players that are lesser players than this, I mean much lesser, as in they don't do nearly what this does, what Simple Video Pro does, are going for $300, and we are still at ridiculous low prices. It's just it's foolish. You put in what? That link's kind of messed up there, Ain.
What's wrong with it?
Does it work? Oh, you took. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry, I was looking for the short link that I had in the page there. My bad. All right. So, Ain, I know you had a bunch of stuff you wanted to talk about. I can probably get. Let me get my. Hold on, please. Again, we're winging it.
No, you're not going to do that during a webinar, buddy. We're already an hour, 9 minutes in. But I will say this. No. We're not going to do that because remember we got an appointment to deal with in like less than an hour.
Oh, I'm so ADD.
But what I will say is, guys, I know I haven't gotten to all your questions yet here today. I know Nick's missed a few. If there's any questions you're not getting answers to, email me, aon@rzsmp M as in Mary, INC.com. I'll put it in the chat box. Hit me on the Facebook page. Hit me on the email. Do whatever you got to do, and I will get back to you. And I am going to give Nick a break here, though. There is a couple things I would need to say that you guys do not know about. Listen, first of all, I just got done fixing this entire company's email system.
Thank you. He's
Nick's
been working.
email,
I got to say this. He's literally been working on it night and day. We had, what, hundreds, well, thousands and thousands and thousands of just junky spam. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Look, you had millions. This guy had an email address that was getting pounded by every marketer on the planet and every spam bot known to man, and I'm not exaggerating.
And the phishing and all of the fake payroll companies and the fake banks, and it was just...
I don't think there's a Nigerian that doesn't have his email address. But anyways, I just finished fixing it all, so if you guys are having problems getting through to any of us on email, you can now start to email again. I did find about 2,000 emails that from last August till now, for one reason or another, were stuck in our archive and had issues. We have been dealing with them as best as we could since about November, but I took the last couple of months and I hunkered down and drank more coffee than water and got it all done. And so now you get, emails, don't even worry about it. If we're not getting back to you immediately, just have some patience, because it just means we're working with a workload. We have a high workload right now. That's one of the things I wanted to mention to you guys. Very important that you know that. The other thing is support. We have just brought on a bunch of new guys. 2 of them are extremely good at what they do. You guys have a problem, go to support.rzminc.com and open a ticket. We now have some very, very serious support help, and you should be able to get a response in fairly short order. We've only got, I think, 10 tickets in our support department, which is an all-time record at this point. So if you've been waiting for support, or if you have a support issue, get a ticket in. Okay, so that covers that, and the email. The other thing is that, as you all saw, if you've been watching your emails, we put out an email on a product yesterday by a good friend of Nick's, Matt Garrett. And the product is called Blog Defender. But just hang on, Nick, because I'm getting a lot of questions about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to let Nick talk about this guy and his product, because you guys need to pay attention. If you're having any issues with security in WordPress, pay attention, because this is a very good product. I mean, this is kind of an all-in-one nice little product. Nick, you want to tell them about Matt and that product real quick?
Yeah. I had the opportunity to hang out with Matt and his business partner Chris for over a week when we all went on the marketers cruise, and pretty much we had a little group of people that we just hit it off with. I got to just tell you, great people, good, personable. Professional. I mean, when you talk to someone, you can tell if they're a BSer or if they're actually down to earth and cool. These guys are awesome. Okay, like them, I consider them. When I say my friend this and I don't throw that around like a lot of these marketers, like, oh, my buddy that they've never met in person in their entire life. I'm selling my buddy's package. It's baloney, right? But when I say it, I mean I consider them my friends. So when I say my friend Matt, I mean my friend Matt. But here's the long and the short of it. A few weeks ago, month or two ago, I got calls from my clients saying their websites were down. When we went to the websites, it was just a blank page, or it was some weird stuff or some hacked thing. And what happened is, and I think I mentioned this a little while ago, is our client websites, our local business client websites, got hacked. And every single PHP file in WordPress had this malware attached to it. And so I started going through and trying to figure out, first of all, just to figure that out took a little while, because it's very stealthy. It doesn't make it obvious. and various different symptoms were happening. But this thing took me a week of fiddling around with it and trying to clean it up myself, downloading the files via FTP, trying to find the bad stuff and getting rid of it. And I ended up paying my web host company $50 or $60, where they had a service and a system that they run on all the files on your server, and they clean up a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, and it ended up clearing it up. But you know, it was $50 in a week of headache, and I don't know how valuable. Well, you know what? I'll say this. All of you, your time is exceedingly valuable, and when something like this happens, especially like it did to us during a crunch, it's terrible. It sucks. I can't express how freaking frustrated I was and how stressful it was. And if you haven't been hit, you're likely to get hit, because WordPress, since it's used on like 40 or 50, I think it's up to 60 million websites now run WordPress. It's a huge target. Hackers just love to screw with it. And so enter Matt, okay? Matt has developed this Blog Defender software, and I don't even, you know, Blog Defender doesn't even do it justice. His first version that they launched last year has 2,500 users, and not one single one of those blogs has been hacked. Okay, very, very, very much worth it. They've locked in the prices for us till when, Ain?
Saturday, midnight Eastern.
Okay, so they've locked in the prices. They were doing a dime sale. We asked them, you know, hey, could you lock it in? I'm just telling you right now, if you don't have something protecting your WordPress sites, you need something, and you need it like pronto, because there's bots out there that just all they do is crawl the web and see what they can, what little loopholes and backdoors they can find to inject this malicious code into your PHP files. And then once one of your files gets it, it spreads and it gets to all of them, and it can even get on your PC. And that's kind of what happened to us. It's been a headache. I wish I would have gotten the first version that Matt produced, but I didn't know him at that time, and I didn't even know of the product.
Look at that. Dagmar had the old version, and she loves it, and she actually upgraded to the new one yesterday. Really good stuff. Thanks, Dagmar. And guys, I just put the link in the box. Sorry, I was busy answering questions. I forgot about the link. Don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but if you don't have decent WordPress security, at the very least, hit the link and go check out the page and bookmark it when you have time later to check it out. I think you'd be very impressed. But their track record, 2,500 blogs, none of them hacked. That's unheard of. You can't have that many blogs not getting hacked. The statistics right now, I mean, you'd have at least, what is it, at least 90 of those should be getting hacked.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So Tim says 1862 right now, yeah. So can we put the link in there?
For developer or for the single use?
I don't know, but let's...
Yeah.
Here, let me do this. I'm going to answer, someone asked me to put the link right in there.
It's single. Tim says that's for the single version.
That's
fine. If you only need one website secured, that's fine. Then that's all you need.
Yeah. So there, I responded to Randy asked for the link to be put in there for him. I responded to everyone so that it's both in the chat box and now it should be in your questions and answers box. So yeah, man, it's really important that you don't need to get this particular package, but if you don't have something, you need something, and this is so ridiculously inexpensive. I'm not going to use the word cheap because it's not cheap, but this is so inexpensive. And by cheap, I mean crummy. It's high quality, but inexpensive. It's just kind of silly not to pick it up. I mean, if you don't and you get hacked later, you're going to regret it. If you don't protect it, somehow protect your WordPress blogs. If you have something that you want to use instead, fine. But the way I look at it is my job is to make my customers aware of things, and then it's your job to do the diligence and to make a decision, if it's for you or not. I'm not going to shove anything down your throat. That's just silly. You're all very intelligent people and can make up your own minds. But I'm telling you, this is a deal. So, okay.
And if there's any questions about the product that you want answered, or like Miranda, she's saying that it doesn't have a price for the developer.
I think the developer's on the OTO.
Is it on the OTO?
I'm not 100% sure.
So you buy the single and then move through to the OTO afterwards for the difference in the price, probably.
Well, I went out there when it was when they had the mistake and they had the other page open before the launch. Why we had some people with $27. I went out there and got that, so I didn't see the full launch funnel.
Yeah, Rich, I do believe the developer is the upsell. So once you buy the single version, they move you through. Yeah, sales page implies that the developer is the OTO. So if you need developer, just get the single version, and then it's going to lead you through a process where you end up getting the developer version. But if you have any trouble, email me, aon@rznminc.com, and we'll get you straightened away. I didn't really want to. Oh, and there was a lot of questions about, it looks highly technical, difficult to install. Actually, no. The installation is actually quite straightforward and a lot easier than some of the security products out there. It takes you literally a week to get them properly configured. These guys have gone to town to make it as simple as possible. But one thing that I have been telling people is, look, man, when it comes to security, I don't care if it takes you a year to get it set up. How long does it take you to rebuild your network, man? When you've been hacked, I can personally talk about that misery, and we'll be here for hours, days.
Yeah. Which we don't want to be.
So let's not go there. The link is not working.
Burr?
That's what Ken is saying. Let me have a look.
I just clicked it. Oh, it goes right there.
Yeah, it's working over here. Just try it again. Try it again.
Did it get pasted wrong? No, it looks like it's pasted.
No, it appears to be working. Sometimes it's just your computer. Sometimes maybe Ken just do a refresh, clear cookies, that kind of a thing, and try it again. And if you have any issues, and you want to have a look at it after the webinar, which really we don't have time to look at this product in this webinar, that's for sure.
Right.
Then just email me, and I'll be sure to get you whatever you need, or get you in touch with whoever you need to talk to find out if this is something you really want. I mean, I can tell you, anybody that doesn't have security needs it. You need some kind of security, whether it's this one or whatever else. You got to have security on your blogs, guys.
Yeah.
Especially with the Heartbleed and all these other things that are coming out right now. Actually, Heartbleed's been around a while. But anyways, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on this one. I do want to bring up this issue about the renewals and the legacy pricing, because I have a ton of questions about it. And rightly so, guys, because we've been kind of hinting since November that legacy pricing is going to end. And you've all heard that pitch and that speech, and I'm not going to give you that speech. But what I am going to tell you is this. Okay, it's a very real situation. We speculated on May, June. That is definitely, in the month of April, we've been telling people, if there's something that we sell that you haven't got your hands on, and in particular, FanBuzz Enterprise, you're going to want to make plans to get your hands on that before legacy pricing ends, which is going to happen in May. No definitive date yet, but it is happening in May. It's out of our control at this point due to some major advancements in the whole product line that are about to take place. So, bottom line is, if you guys are looking at Enterprise or any of the OTO stuff or what have you, May is the time. Now is the time, but May is definitely a good time to get serious about looking at, making room for it in your toolbox. Bottom line, we are on track to roll out a substantial amount of innovations as well as infrastructure for the whole product line and infrastructure for our clients. All of this is going to make all of these tools extremely powerful and highly effective at helping you guys grow your audiences very, very quickly. engage your audience, attract more eyeballs, and converting them into buyers. That is the 4 core mantra statement that this company is taking on moving forward, because that is what we are bringing to the table. If you like what you got now, you're going to fall over with difficulty in breathing when you see what comes out next. This update forms the last update for this platform format. What we come out with, we might do some small updates between here and the next major change, but I will tell you that there is a reason we are ending legacy pricing, and it is because we are about to turn on the heat in a big way on all of the products and making them tightly integrated so that you guys can have everything you need as far as tutorials and in understanding how to set this stuff up, demos, membership site, all these things, but more importantly, the feature list, which is already literally 1.5 feet long, over 129 features now. It is about to get ridiculously long, and actually that's your fault, guys, because we write this stuff down. Just like Peter, who is Peter still here? Yeah,
I think
Peter's still here.
did he? Is he? I thought he had to leave.
I thought I've seen him leave, but anyways, I've seen him.
Oh, there he is.
But when guys like Peter come up with these wicked ideas, we write them down. Bottom line is, you guys come up with these ideas, we put them into action. But we're about to take a break from that so that we can implement a really long list of extremely powerful stuff, and we're not going to tease you. We're going to start with the most powerful stuff first and work our way down to the less important stuff later on. We want to empower you guys and give you tools that will allow you to take your business to the next level and set you apart from all of our competitors and put so much room between us and them that your blogs and your businesses will never have to worry about competition from these guys, and especially this is going to really become true when we start to see more of you guys doing these proactive things like YouTube video marketing to drive traffic at them and whatnot. But the features that we're about to start doing and the platform change, big hint for everybody there, the big platform change that we're about to start building is really going to, it's going to floor you all when you see what we come up with. Now, I believe that wraps up my list of things to talk about with regards to company developments. And again, just to make it easy, email me. If anything you've heard hasn't been properly addressed or questions answered, just email me. And if you can't find the email later on, hit me in the support department, hit me on the the Facebook group, whatever you got to do. Colin, basically, and good question, Colin, you're not the only one asking that question. Here's the way it's going to work. Simply put, we have kept the legacy pricing in place for a really long time, and almost everybody who has bought during legacy, well, no, in fact, everybody who has bought during legacy pricing has been told that when you buy at legacy prices, you automatically are given those prices on your first subsequent year's renewals, and that will still be the way it is. So when you buy once, you're really buying at that price for the first year and the right to renew at those prices for the second year. You won't be able to renew at the price you bought at in 2011, 2012. That's just not going to happen. But you will be able, to renew your first year at whatever price you paid in your first year, you'll get your second year for it. And that will always be the way this company operates. But as far as beyond that, if you don't renew on time or within a reasonable amount of time, you will end up paying the new prices on your second year. You have to renew on time. Okay, we have to draw the line somewhere, and frankly, it's a technical thing because it's the licensing system. It's out of our control at this point. It's a monster as it is. So when your renewal date comes up, you got to act on it. And we will be working on a system to remind people for renewals. But for now, I'm just going to be conservative and say keep an eye on your renewal date, set an alarm for it, and make sure that you renew before it expires. Because, I mean, we'll be forgiving to a certain degree, but if you call us 6 months after, it becomes difficult.
Right.
Now, hopefully that addresses Colin's question. Now, after that, point in time. You know, once you get past that second year, whatever the price is at the time is what you will pay. But I will tell you guys this. You know, we hear a lot of people asking these questions, and they're very valid, very valid questions, because a lot of people who bought in when Nick first started this product line, they got this stuff for nickels and dimes, literally.
That's crazy.
And it's a very good question. You know, people say, well, you know, what about me? I mean, I was with you when I started and all that sort of thing, and that's a very valid question. But here's our response to that. Already this product line is heads and tails above our competition. And I don't know anybody that would deny it, except for the competition. And frankly, we don't listen to what they have to say much anymore anyways.
Right.
We're already heads and tails above them, and we're about to take such a big step, they're going to be gasping for air trying to keep up with where we go. Trust me, I have made sure that is where what we're going to do for you guys. Okay? But when you see where we go, and when you see all the new products and the new features that are coming onto the old products, when you see what we're doing with this company, you're going to very quickly understand how the competition is no longer even worth looking at, let alone understanding the price disparity between us and them. We've always been very, very fairly priced, right in the middle or slightly below most of our competitors. Right now, almost all of our competitors are a lot more money for a lot less features. And the ones that aren't more money have a crazy disparity in features. So us raising our prices, believe me, if you're using this software, it's not even an issue. It's not even going to be an issue, because when you see what you can do with this stuff and how much more money it can make and automate your business for you, the prices that we get up to are not even going to be a concern, and they're not going to be, we're not going to be coming in like Adobe and all these other ridiculous.
Oh God, no. No.
We're just going to be bringing it up to a fair market standard, so that our competitors are still at a point where they got a price war. They got to bring theirs down to make themselves look attractive. But we're not at that point where we're so low that we're, living hand to mouth to do this 24-hour-a-day job that we do.
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm going to step out of the way. And for all you guys asking about the enterprise situation, and oh my goodness, there's a lot of those. Okay, one fell swoop. I'll deal with all of it. All right. Basically, if you have Simple Video Pro, as you already know, we give you the value off on the full package price on Enterprise, FanBuzz Enterprise. Well, Nick actually went ahead about a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks ago, and made it even more attractive. And Nick, if you want to put the link to the Enterprise page up, he's actually giving you the transparency OTO and the scheduler OTO as part of the Enterprise package now. And that's only for buyers as of the creation of the link about a week or so ago, which there was only a few people who bought because we didn't announce it. We did a small email on it, and then we got busy with so many other things we forgot to let everybody know in the webinar. So just, be advised that that, right there shaves, I don't know what it is, $60 off the cost of the OTOs.
Correct. I'm finding the link right now. Here it is. And that's this page here. In the chat box.
And Miranda, I can address your comment. What can I tell you? Nick started this company out literally in his house, and still is in his house, albeit that it consumes much more of his house now. But
I like working from home.
There's no way he can sustain at the level that he is, and it's not just the price thing. I mean, expanding the business, the infrastructure, the product line, all of these things that you're mentioning in your comments are literally a product of our customers' requests. An overwhelming amount of them making these requests for new features, new infrastructure, membership system, all these things that require us to have to. And I, you know, I apologize if we've been dragging on the tease of it all since November, but we wanted to give you all a fair, you know, heads up, lots of warning. And I understand it's a bit much to hear every time we get on the webinars, and I promise you, all of that's going to come to, it's going to trickle off very soon, because we just don't have the time to continually be reminding everybody. And legacy pricing will be ending, and the new product platform will be rolling out. So, you know, I do apologize if it's too much to keep up with, and if it is, you know, it's a little on the stressful side, us always beating you over the head, reminding you. But we want to make sure that people understand and that they're prepared and that they have the chance to plan ahead. And that's why last November I made the point of, with Nick, that every time we all get together and every time we have a chance to, in the groups and in the webinars, that we need to remind you guys of this stuff. It's not like we're pushing you into a sale. That's not what it's about. But what it is about is we're trying to save you some money if you are interested in some of these other products. So, you know, just hopefully there's no misunderstanding there.
Okay, so let's see here. So there's the link to FanBuzz Enterprise, and we do have to get off the call soon. I wanted to talk a little bit about the transparent videos. I don't know how many of you are using those. Anybody on the call looking at transparent videos or looking at using them where you have the walk-on videos? Like, let me bring one up here. This.
Overlay module. Of course,
This is Jed Knutson, by the way. Some talking heads, and this was a deal. This is a deal that that we put together last year with Jed and Website Talking Heads, and as you can see with these talking head videos, with Simple Video Pro, you can. And Mike says he'd like to make some. Learning curve looks steep. Yes, yeah, the learning curve is a little bit steep. That's what we're going to be helping you with next Thursday with Jed on the line, talking about, you know, some ways that you can make these, put them together. But more importantly, where these videos, like for a set of 3 that we set up in this deal right now, it's normally he charges $549 to do a set of 3 videos through his company, and we've got that price way down. It's not going to be as ridiculously low as it was last November time frame in 2013, but I just talked with Jed on the phone yesterday when we secured him for the time slot, and he's very excited about doing a deal with you guys. He uses Simple Video Pro with some of his stuff and on his client sites, and he's been wanting to do this for a while, and we've put it together where we're going to have an excellent offer for you guys for a good quality professional video using Jed. And in fact, he's told me that of the hundreds and hundreds of videos that he's done and the 20,000 that his company's done with other actors, his videos tend to convert better than most of the other actors that they have, even the female actors. So it's a really good deal. And if you don't have Simple Video Pros, yeah, Peter, they have all different. They have Miss America, if you wanted Miss America. I'm sure they have some people with a UK accent. Those people, those actors are not included as part of this deal, because just to get them to even walk into the studio costs Jed $100 minimum. And Miss America costs a lot more, okay? They have different contracts with different actors. So this deal is for Jed to do super professional. I mean, he was telling me stuff last night about how most of the cameras you buy on the consumer market don't have the color range, and he was giving me all these numbers about the color ranges and the spectrums that you need for doing good keying of green, blah, blah, blah. Well, he's got all the professional equipment. I mean, you can see that the quality of this is really good. There's no jagged edges, you know. But with Simple Video Pro, what we've got is where you can key these walk-on videos to describe and talk about certain, see how he jumped over there? Jumps back. As you reach certain portions of the content that you want to highlight, Simple Video Pro will put up the appropriate walk-on video. Okay, you could even have, we even had on our OTO page, even though my walk-on video was done by me and I kind of made some mistakes that Jed's told me don't do that, where I had a kind of a green halo around me, our OTO page for Simple Video Pro in 2013 converted at 60% because it was insane. Nobody had ever seen anything like it. So walk-on videos work. You can have one right by the buy button, say, you know, call to action right there. They don't work with transparencies on mobile, but Simple Video Pro has a way around that where we use an MP4 and we do a hanging sign that pins to the mobile phone so that they're compelled to click play on that. There's no such thing as a transparent video for mobile, and most people don't even bother, but we did. So we've got that in there. Arthur, we're going to talk about that in the webinar. On Arthur asks, can walk-on videos be created from any video file? The answer to that actually is no. Walk-on videos with the transparent backgrounds are always Flash FLV files. MP4 does not have the ability. Damien, no, it's going. Oh, yes, Damien, it is for the transparent and scheduling modules. Should we throw up that link? Let me throw up the link. Where is it? It's Simple Video.
Just for the module by itself?
For the two modules, and actually we have that other special that we're doing for the fan buzz for WordPress.
Oh, yeah, if you wouldn't mind doing that, because I'm dealing with literally 100 questions.
Okay, let's see that. It's simplevideopro.com/OTO, and what we've done is we've combined these. Okay. Let's see. Right here, if you enter in your email address that you used to purchase Simple Video Pro, it will give you a bundled price for the module, the two OTO modules, and this, which is FanBuzz for WordPress. This does not include the fan page manager and the business in the box, but what it does include is integrated squeeze pages, review pages, and like reveal gating, Facebook comment gating, etc. Yes, no, it wasn't, Damien, it wasn't included. He asked, the OTO was not included in the original enterprise price, but today we're doing a special where if you get enterprise, you'll get the OTO as well, which is the $59 if you get enterprise. And he already put that link up there. Yes, that is, Daniel asked, will there ever be any training to demonstrate how to use different programs to create the transparent videos? I have After Effects. Can that be used? Absolutely can be used, and that's what we will be looking at next Thursday. We'll be looking at After Effects. Not really. Damien says, what a pity that I already bought it. Not really, because you've been able to use it, hopefully. So, okay. So put in your email address here. It'll tell you automatically if you already own the OTOs and what the FanBuzz is. If you have FanBuzz Enterprise, don't do this because you've already, no, you might not have the OTOs if you already have it. Yeah, if you have Enterprise, then you would want to go to this page to order the OTO. It'll tell you that you already have Enterprise and give you the links, the buy buttons to just buy the transparent walk-on videos and the video scheduling module. And there's me popping in down there. Hi. There's me again. These are triggered again. So there's me at the top. The timer, you've all seen the timer. Simple Video Pro comes with a scheduling module, or it has a scheduling module option. That's what this OTO includes. And that comes with a countdown timer for scarcity. The OTO was not previously included with Enterprise, and it's only included during this week as a special because we're about to end out the pricing for the legacy pricing. Just an incentive. Tim asks, can my outsourcer use my license? Yeah, sure. Sure, because then they will be able to learn it and do work for you, as long as you're not selling it to them. Okay. All right. Let me put that link up here again.
By the way, I don't want to distract you, but I'm just noticing Colin's comment here. I don't think got covered. He says there's a slight bug on the click to call.
Okay.
If the user clicks done before your preset end time, the click to call image does not display.
That is correct. Yeah. Because they haven't finished the video. There's no way that I'm aware of to detect when they've clicked the done button. So that's something that I have tried and I'm still working on. So if they click that done button before the video has reached the end, then anything that happens after, like even reveals, don't happen until the video actually reaches the end. So it's not necessarily a bug, it's just a function of the way the mobile phones work with video. Cannot be helped. It's kind of like if someone was on your website and you had something revealing at the end of the video, but they paused the video. They're never going to get there, right? Same with the mobile. They just didn't reach that point. So we can't assume, I have no way of like programming to say, well, they clicked pause or they clicked done, so maybe they were done and they won't continue. Because once you put that image up, they can't continue with playing the video. Cost to get enterprise if I got SPP 2.0 plus that OTO. It's a good question, John. It's going to still be the discounted, the 177 if you have those things already. Again, this is like a fire sale, not a fire sale. What kind of sale would this be called? Closeout?
Sorry?
We're getting questions about if they already have enterprise or if they already have the OTO.
Well, I guess it depends on, well, yeah, it would depend on which it is. Do they already have the OTO or enterprise? Because if they already have enterprise,
then the OTO is here, and it's
yeah,
the $59.
Right, and obviously, you know, depending on when their renewal date is, or if it has yet to pass, or if they have yet to renew, or not, right? Then you know you have to be considerative of those items. That's what I'm getting a lot of questions about is, you know, what happens when I renew? Well, when you renew, you're good for another year at those prices. And, you know, I've had people ask, well, where the price is going to be in a year? Well, we don't know. But again, no, I wouldn't be concerned about it because guaranteed we're going to keep ourselves not at a price that the market will bear. We will keep it at where the market is fair for what we're giving you. And, you know, we'll always make it something that, you know, even the newbies who aren't making money yet can easily afford. One thing that we will not do is we will not be putting ourselves, you know, you're not going to wake up one morning and find out that, you know, you got a $599 renewal charge. That's just never going to happen. We're not those kind of guys. Nick's not that kind of a guy at all. He wants to, you know, help people, give them the tools that they can use to make money with. So if you can't afford them, then what's the point, right?
Right, and you know, really, if you have this system for a year, you should be making money with it. And so it's just a matter of reinvesting some of the money that you've made to keep going and keep refreshed. I mean, you look at Photoshop. When they come out with a new version, they don't give it to you. You can keep using the old version. That's fine. I'm still using CS3. Going to go buy CS6, but guess what? I have to buy CS6. And every time they come out with an update, I have to buy it. Even if they come out with an update 3 days later, I have to purchase it. So, you know, that's business. But like Ain said, I'm not ever going to, you know, jack up the prices and take money. Jeff says, move on. We've been online. Yeah, so is there anything else that we need to cover?
I don't believe so. We've got Jed's. Have we put up the link for people to sign up to Jed's to the transparent walk-on video?
I think you did a while ago, but we can do it again.
Okay, well, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put up both of the webinar links. I'll start with Jed's appearance on the producing and monetizing.
Why don't we just put them all up? I'm just going to copy them all.
Sure, you can do that.
Yeah. So they're in the chat box. And that's for the blog defender and all of that. And then I've also, in that chat box is also the video scheduling module, FanBuzz Enterprise, and we'll do the upgrade. Oh, by the way, last thing, okay? I got the upload ready for you. I couldn't help myself. I got the upload ready for you. It is on the site. I'm going to give you a link to it right now as soon as I find that. I just got to double check it real quick. But yeah, the update is ready. Let me just double check. All right. And I've had a couple people say, hey, you guys are, you know, beating this to death and you've already talked about it. The only reason that we keep talking about certain things is that we keep getting questions on it. So, you know, if you're sitting there and you're like, gosh, I've heard this, it's just because some people haven't and we keep getting questions and we really want to answer everybody's questions. So if you're, you know, if you're not in the dark, or if you're in the dark, we're going to shed the light on it. If you're not in the dark, please be patient while we shed the light on it for people who are. Either they're catching up, or maybe they were taking notes, or maybe they had to go to the bathroom. I don't know. Okay, so that is there. So let me give you the link to that. This is for the latest SVP version. And again, this is going to be in your chat box. There you go. So you can go in there, put in the email address that you used with when you purchased Simple Video Pro or FanBuzz in the beginning, and you're going to get this screen, and right here is the 009 upgrade link. Okay, and I have put 008 in there just in case there's some problems. You can always roll back. Okay, there's your configuration helper if you need any help. The user guide there, and the transparency user guide and video overlay guide. Which, by the way, if you don't have the OTO, and you don't, we keep calling it OTO. It's really not an OTO. If you don't have the modules, the transparent scheduling modules, you can always take a look at that guide, just kind of get a feel for what it does. Okay. Getting some compliments. A couple of people were saying they really appreciate the training. You and Ain are excellent trainers. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. BJ, if you go to this page, the upgrade page, and enter your email, it'll tell you everything you have. And it tells you right. Let me make this bigger for you. Come on, make it bigger. There we go. It tells you right here what you have. And if you have the OTO, the modules, it'll say right there, optional modules. And it'll tell you if you have FanBuzz Enterprise or FanBuzz for WordPress or whatever you have. Just enter the email address that you used. And then that email address in conjunction with the license key is what unlocks it.
And I'm just going to jump in one more time here because I'm literally overwhelmed. This hasn't happened in a while, but a lot of questions, guys. I'm doing my best to keep up here, but I think what's going to end up happening is this call is going to drag on for far too long, and we're not going to get to all of you.
Yeah.
Email me. I don't care if it's SVP, FanBuzz Enterprise. I don't care if you don't understand your license. Email me. I'll get you sorted out. I'll get you the information you need. You don't have to buy anything today. If you're curious about something we've talked about and you just want some answers, email me. Okay? I don't care if it's Traffic Mice, Simple Video Pro, Blog Defender, Cat in the Hat. I don't care what it is. If you need answers, email me. That's what I'm here for. If I don't get back to you within 24 hours, you'll hear from me the following day. Pretty rare for me to go more than 48 hours without responding. So by all means, whatever your questions are, if they're support related, put them into support first. But if it's product related or, you know, scheduling of webinars or anything like that, how to get into the Facebook group, anything to do with the non-technical side of the business, email me. And I'll put my email address in here one more time. As I can see, I've got literally 300 and something emails already. But here's my email address one more time. Got to be honest with you, Nick just has no time in the day for staring at what used to be a very productive email account. So I'm managing all of the incoming front-end stuff, and we'll be bringing in people to help as I get deluge. So, you know, no matter what, you got any issues, got any problems that aren't related to support, email me. And we'll get you sorted out. We'll get you the answers you need.
Awesome. You know what? I am running really behind now. I just got texted again on my cell phone. So when we said we had to get done quickly, I didn't intend this to be 2 hours, but again, we had to answer questions. And I'm really sorry. We cannot stay on anymore to answer everyone's questions like we usually do. Take a last-minute check to get, if you want to copy-paste all of the links from the chat box, if you need them. If you have any questions, again, you can contact Ain via ain@rzinc.com, rzminc.com. But I'm going to have to call it because I got to go. I got to go, and I know many of you have to go as well. I can't believe how many people we have an awesome retention rate. I really appreciate that you guys hung out for this, and I hope that you like the new features. The link is there for you to go get it. It's simplevideopro.com/upgrade. That'll take you to the download page. Enter your email address that you used when you purchased. It'll give you the latest version. To install it, you got to delete the old version and install the new one. All your data will be saved, so don't worry about that. And then you'll have those new features. If you didn't purchase at the right time periods and you're past your year, the new features will be displayed, but it'll say that you need to renew and give you a link to do so. So that's how we're doing it. We don't want to shut down the program if you haven't renewed, because I don't think that's fair, but we do restrict access to the newest stuff if you haven't renewed. So you have plenty of opportunities to do that. All right.
Take a breath. Take a breath. I do need to say this. There's a lot of really good ideas in this webinar today that never got touched on. You know, even product suggestions that have been made. If you've made a suggestion, or if you've got a feature suggestion, email me by all means, because I'm trying to work in this system with GoToWebinar to keep track of all this information, but it's just so much easier in an email environment, and I don't want you to think that you're not being heard. Some of these ideas are absolutely fantastic, guys. It's kind of blowing my mind. So if you've got something you want to see implemented, or if you know, or modified, or what have you, by all means, let us know what it is. Hit me up in the email, or even on the Facebook group, whatever it takes, and we'll get you into the system and your ideas.
All right.
I think that is about the best we can do at this point in time.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Hey, thanks for turning out, guys. Really appreciate all the ideas and the feedback. We will be sending out some emails regarding the next webinars and everything else, and I will be probably up all night answering emails. But in the meantime, great turnout today, guys, and appreciate all the input.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week, literally. All right. Signing off. This is Nick Lapola and Ain Tompkins, Simple Video Pro.
And
oh boy.
We'll keep the room open so you can I'll keep an eye on it. So if you've got if you need an email address or if there's something you're missing, we're not just going to close the room in 2 minutes. We'll leave it open for a while. What, 20 minutes? Sound about
Really?
right?
Okay. I guess I'll just stop sharing the screen then.
Okay.
But I think I could do that.
Well, at least they have a chance to go copy down any links or email addresses or whatever they need.
Okay.
All
right, that sounds fine. We can do that.